Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to VTP Stage 2 Online Technical Tuesday Coaching Call 189 for the 21st of April 2026. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good start to the week. I hope you're enjoying once again another eventful week in markets. It's been another eventful week and an eventful month and an eventful year, hasn't it? So plenty as always for us to talk about. As always, you're very welcome here. Just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. Okay, so here we go. Profiles on the US dollar. As we said, this is the STAM 2 plugin, okay, that you get access to. Yeah, and as we said, you're still showing us, some Aussie strength there, Swiss franc strength there. Kind of interesting on that 4-hour charts. Swiss franc strength with Canadian dollar and euro joint third. All right, sterling in fourth place, Kiwi in fifth. It's had that bump overnight. Okay, and dollar and Japanese yen at the bottom of the pile. Okay, and the visual of that, as you can see, Aussie's coming off a bit, but it's still there. Swiss franc strengthening, euros strengthening, Canadian dollar, sterling is doing nothing really because people are still sort of scratching their head to see what, if any, impact the latest political shenanigans are going to have on the UK. But there we can see, dollar and yen. I don't expect massive changes in that until we get some data out of those Islamabad talks, unless US retail sales are a shocker either way, which we'll find out in about 40 odd minutes. When we look at those charts, though, let's have a little look here. Okay, I've got my dollar profile up here as always. So Aussie on the 4-hour, Euro on the 4-hour, cable on the 4-hour, dollar Swiss 4-hour, Kiwi dollar on the 4-hour, dollar CAD, dollar yen, and dollar index. Okay, so have that set up like that, so I can get a good overview of what's the dollar doing against the majors. As always, start with that dollar index. As I said, the interesting thing for me was last week here on the weekly chart, we closed beneath the 50. All right, we closed beneath the 50, which we hadn't done for about 6 weeks or so. Okay, we pumped up, war on. This is war off back beneath the 50 there. Okay, so it's just reinforcing that. Then that daily chart, I think I said this yesterday as well. This daily chart respected that 20 period moving average. Beautiful bearish engulfing candle, bearish key reversal, 31st of March, okay, and then we've just been in that sort of downtrend since then. We kind of looked like we might sort of, interestingly, Friday when what we saw was when the Iranians originally on Friday morning said, the Straits of Hormuz is open, we saw the dollar dropping, and then towards the end of the day, kind of pumped its way up. Then on Sunday, we had a little few shenanigans there. I think the Americans trying to board an Iranian oil tanker, and it gapped up. Then actually we sort of, we drifted down, which is a little bit not massively dissimilar to last week. If I go down to the 4-hour chart, as I said, Friday morning, okay, where they were looking and they announced it, but what we saw was dollar drop and then actually it bounced. Then it gapped up here on Sunday, but then it kind of fell its way down. And once again, I was looking for how it responded to that 20 period moving average. Yesterday it looked like that 20 might hold, in which case I was looking for us to bounce to the 50. But as you can see, it fell down, but it's come back there. And I wonder whether what we're probably going to see is that see how the 50s there, the 20s piling up there, the prices in the middle, and everything's going to coil up a little bit before we get to see those chats. Yeah, and there we go. That's what we're. If you look at euro against dollar, bang. All right, prices in between the 20 and the 50, which are coming down, squeezing. Same with cable. All right, okay, squeezing going on there. Okay. Um, yeah, that's what we're looking at. The kind of interesting thing is Kiwi dollar had that bump last night. As I said, the inflation numbers were higher than expected. Aussie kind of has fallen away a little bit, but it's starting to pull its way back there. Okay, so yeah, but I think this is probably, as I said, seeing dollar index, cable, euro dollar, starting to just squeeze up in kind of Canadian dollar a little bit, starting to squeeze up a little bit in front of those in front of those these talks, okay, and see what the score is there, okay. So not unsurprisingly, if there is some great bit of news, okay, because I think the ceasefire is supposed to end tomorrow, isn't it? If there's some good news that moves that ceasefire forward, well, then I think dollar weakens. If there isn't, if there's no agreement, if the ceasefire ends tomorrow, well, then dollar strengthens. That's the world we live in at the moment. That's what I'll be working with there.